should be cantaloupe, unless I guessed wrong and the cantaloupe are on this side. But yeah, we'll just kind of wait and see, because there do seem to be, well, they're kind of all over though. There's like this thing, which I don't know if that's a cantaloupe or if it's a weed. And then there's a couple more over here, which again, I don't know if they're cantaloupes or weeds, but there's one over there, and there's one over there, and there's that thing that kind of looks like a weed. So this is why I don't garden. I think mainly just because they're kind of all coming up in a row. Those might either be marigolds or weeds, I'm not really sure, because I can't remember. Yeah, see how there's all of them, like kind of in a row? So either it's very well planted weeds, or those are marigolds. Our pumpkin isn't doing very good, but maybe he'll rally and come back. Our zucchini's not looking bad. And then there's some zucchinis in here. There are all zucchinis, so those are doing good. And then, again, I had 2 rows of marigolds. I don't know where the other one went, but now that I look at this, yeah, that looks like it's all in a line. And then my lettuce isn't doing great, and I haven't started to see anything that really looks like it could be a carrot yet, but maybe. Again, there's some awfully consistent, maybe those are carrots, I don't know. We'll see what happens, either that or it's grass, but carrot seeds are tiny and I just dumped them in there, so again, we'll see what happens, but that's the update on our garden. It's at least something has started, so it wasn't a complete and total loss. I will feel bad if the pumpkin and the watermelon don't make it, because the pumpkin I was growing mostly to give to the pigs this fall, and the watermelon was just because I really like watermelon. But yeah, either, like I said, either something ate it or it got too cold for it and it died. So again, I don't really know what I'm doing, but quick update on the garden. So it's been about a week and I thought I'd do a little update. So we've got some corn that's definitely sprouting up and doing corn things. These first 2 rows are doing better than that outside row, I feel like. And there's definitely a lot of weeds and stuff that are starting to grow in, so I may have to figure out what to do about that. I feel like as I'm looking at this one's too close and he's tiny, so he gets to get voted off the island. Okay, so the corn's doing good. Just outside is definitely doing better. Then, what do we have here? We have potatoes, and I still don't know if any of them are actually growing because I don't know what potato use. So yeah, we'll just keep watching that one. This is our row of onions. The little beginning of the row is a little sparse, but starting right here we've got a couple, and then as we go more towards the back of the row, we've definitely got some onions sprouting up, so that's good. And again, some weeds that I'm probably gonna have to come out and take care of. I still, because of all the weeds, can't tell if I'm watering the correct side of this row where I think I planted cantaloupe, because I also don't know what cantaloupe look like when they first start coming up. It would make sense to me if like these little guys were cantaloupe, but and it also kind of looks like maybe they're this weed too, so I don't know which kind of ends up looking like these weeds, maybe, I don't know. But there's not really anything on this side that looks like it's planted in a row. So when I plant next year, I will mark as I'm planting where things are planted and not just put the flags in at the end and try to remember. There was, and I feel bad, I don't know if it got enough water or if it didn't get enough water. There was, right, maybe here, a watermelon. I don't know if it got too much water, not enough water, something came and ate its leaves. I don't know, but we're not gonna get watermelon, I'm pretty sure. So I may have to buy another watermelon plant and try again if I actually want watermelon this year. This row is doing the best. This is my pumpkin, and you can see it's already got some flowers on it. This is a zucchini that's already got some flowers on it. And then all down this row, in the middle here, are little zucchini plants popping up. So we're gonna have a ton of zucchini, which is good because I think I said Sam wants to use it to make salsa. And our lettuce, for the most part, seems to be recovering. And I don't know for sure how or when to harvest lettuce. So I think this is my row, sorry, in the light. I think this is my row of marigolds. That looks kind of marigold-ish. And they're, again, coming up in a row. There's supposed to be another row somewhere, but again, I didn't mark it when I planted it, thinking I'd be able to remember and don't. I really wish the dog had stopped coming up here and walking through everything, but you know, that's never gonna happen. And then I think these little grass things, like right in here, and all of this right here, are the carrots. And they're a lot of them really close together, but I'm just gonna give them a little bit more time to just kind of see what they're gonna do, and then maybe thin them out a little bit, because I don't think they could grow very well that close together. But carrot seeds were incredibly tiny, and I think I just scattered them in there. So anyway, so it's been about a week. We've got some progress being made, and still some, I don't know what's growing where, conundrums. So we'll just keep watching, see, like, are these cantaloupe or are those just really uniform weeds? I don't know. That is a weed for sure. And why are there only two? But anyway, so yeah, we'll keep watching, and maybe next week I'll know more of what's going on. So stay tuned. And I guess I should do an update on our tiny garden down here. So we're gonna have a few cherry tomatoes, at least 2, and there's some flowers, so a couple more, and then these are normal big-sized tomatoes. I don't know if our little onions down here are ever gonna really make it. There's a couple, but I think something is eating the tops of them, which I don't know what would be doing that. Obviously my string cage did not keep anything out. I was hoping it would keep the chickens out, but I don't know if it is or not. And then we're gonna have some red peppers for sure, and I don't know if the little orange peppers are gonna do anything. So at least we don't have peppers up at the top, and we don't have tomatoes, but so we'll at least have peppers and tomatoes down here, and then hopefully the onions up at the bigger garden will make up for these little tiny ones. But yeah, I don't know what's getting into stuff, but we'll just keep doing our best and see what happens. Okay, you might already know this, but I just took a picture with my Picture This or Google My Plant app, whatever. So these things are potatoes. So we have, I don't know, at least 2 potatoes growing that I can see from right here. So potatoes was not a total failure so far. Now I just have to figure out how to tell when potatoes are ready to harvest. And I don't know if it really showed up or not, but when you use the wrong tool the right way or the right tool the wrong way, I don't know. So this is Sam's masonry hoe to mix up concrete and stuff, but I just used it to kind of go through and weed a little bit. I think I'm going to try to get in between the corn just a little bit more, but I don't know if it really showed up very well or not, but I feel like it's less weedy than it was when I took the picture yesterday or the day before. Hi kitty. And yeah, so we'll just keep watering and waiting, and I'll give you periodic updates, and it'll be super exciting if we actually get any edible food out of this. Thanks for watching.